Hello, everyone. Namaste. This is Divya Mowar, winner of Mrs. Bharat USA Elite 2021. And I am also the vice president of Miss Bharat California pageant happening on November 6th in ICC. And our today's segment is very interesting. We have some beautiful contestants, and we are doing a healthy debate on a very, very interesting topic. Our topic for today is life better before marriage or after marriage? शादी के पहले की लाइफ बेटर है कि शादी के बाद की? And we, our amazing contestants, have prepared their opinion and they are going to share with us. So before I call them on screen, let me first introduce you to Rashmi Rao, who is our judge today. Thank you so much, Rashmi, for giving us your time. It's a pleasure to talk to you again. And little bit about Rashmi. I know Rashmi personally for a good long time. And what I want to do, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure all of you in Bay Area and around Bay Area are aware of Rashmi's talent, but she's a successful entrepreneur, influencer, running her amazing wedding photography business. She had a corporate life. She moved away from it to pursue her passion. She is an influencer. You check out her Insta page. She's amazing in her photography skills. She's a beauty artist and much more. A perfect example for a woman with beauty and brains, but a very strong and a confident woman. So Rashmi, आप बताइए आपको कैसा लग रहा है यहाँ पे आके?
Thank you for the lovely introduction, Divya. We've spoken before, and you have nothing but good things to say, and I have wonderful things to say about you as well. So thank you for this opportunity, and looking forward to hearing a healthy debate.
Great. Welcome, Rashmi. And with that, without further ado, let me start inviting our beautiful participants, contestants of Mrs. category. Again, the topic for today is life better before marriage or after marriage? So let me first get on screen Sharayu Nigre. She's going to be stating her opinions about before marriage. Next, can we have on screen Jaya Bhargava? She's going to be expressing her opinion about after marriage, shadi ke baad. And Tanaya Roy, she's also going to be supporting after marriage. तो देखते हैं ये शादी का लड्डू जो है ये before है कि after है. Let's get our discussion going. There are no rules, ladies. We just want to have fun. Make sure कि आप जो हमारा पहला round होगा उसमें I want all of you to express your opinion one at a time as we got you on the screen. So that's kind of your order. And uske baad, let's do a little bit leg pulling for whatever what other facts were proposed by our fellow participants. तो मस्ती करनी है अगर आपको बॉलीवुड गानों के साथ अपने ओपिनियन एक्सप्रेस करने तो feel free to do that. Hindi, English, whatever language, feel free to express yourself. And before we get started, I do want to thank Rashmi Bedi and Janak Bedi ji for giving us this amazing platform of My Dream. They are a dynamic couple who are very humble, very close to my heart. Today is my 1 year anniversary of knowing them. So I've just grown so much in the last year, and they are people who keep growing this My Dream family. So thank you, Rashmi ji. Thank you, Janak ji. I know you're always there for us. And with that, हमारा आज का टॉपिक है life is better before marriage or life is better after marriage. So, Sharayu, okay, actually before we go to Sharayu, Rashmi, तुम्हें कुछ express करना है हमारे contestants के लिए, participants के लिए आज के टॉपिक के बारे में?
Just take it easy. Feel free to express your opinion. Have fun. Don't be stressed out. And just speak your heart out. Good luck.
Absolutely. Great. So speak your heart. This is your time. Nobody is judging anyone. I mean, yes, Rashmi is judging, but yeah. Okay. चलो, with that, Sharayu, आप बताइए कि आप ने ये साइड पहले बिफोर मैरिज क्यों पिक किया और आपकी ओपिनियन क्या है?
Sure. Now life is better before marriage. Definitely, it is better before marriage, and I have like my usual points which I'll go. first and foremost is no responsibilities. Like you are young, you're more cheerful, you just do anything whatever you like, but after marriage everything changes. I mean, it's not like it's a pressure or it's a male dominant, no, nothing like that. I don't have those kind of points. But when you're married, you get hold of all the responsibilities, be it even the food manage. Yeah, manage karna hai. I mean, no one is going to get food for you. I mean, of course husband can get it, but it's like a shared responsibility. You are equals. And so I think before marriage is much better. Apart from food hua, ghar hua, cleaning hua, I mean, before marriage you don't really have to care about all those things. It's like I mean, it's not someone else's, it's my also responsibility, but it is like a joint with my mom and my siblings and everything, and it's everything is nice. But after marriage everything changes. It's like genuinely it is my responsibility to make sure my house is clean, I get my food, I manage it, I like give it to, even if it is a joint family or anything, then I have to give to them. And after kids, oh my god, I don't even have to start where my responsibility starts or ends. So that just goes without saying. I mean, not that I don't love my kids, I love my kids too. All my life, like more than my life. But I'm just saying life is still better before marriage than after. Not just these responsibilities, even the financial things. I think before marriage you are just free to do anything. You can spend whichever whatever you want, and after marriage you have to think, okay, should I buy something for my house or should I buy something for myself? Should I buy something for my kid? Like now if I go to a department store, I don't look clothes for myself, I look for my kids. So I mean, I think kids and after marriage comes equal. So it comes at the same time. So that is again another point. Other than that, life is also very independent before marriage. Like I think now I feel like, oh, I'm bored, I'll go to Himalayas. I can do that before marriage, but now after marriage, oh come on, I have my two kids, they are going to school, who will feed them? I have my lovely husband who will take care of him, and and the life goes on and you just get stuck. Like for very my personal instance I can give you, I want to go to India, and I cannot go to India because my son has schools and I cannot miss his school for like 3-4 weeks. I have to plan my India trip only in June, only in December. So my life is very restricted now. uh, and apart, do I have more time? I don't know. But one more point that I wanted to make, like even the, like, I don't know if many will agree, but still I'll say, career decisions. I think now before marriage it is very easy. Oh, I want to go to Austin, I'm going, I'm flying. But now I have to like decide, I have to think. Not that my husband is stopping me, but we have to discuss, see what works for us, what works for both of our jobs. If one is changing the job, the other one has to change it, and like we have to adjust and everything. So that is also kind of adjustment. So all these adjustments come only after marriage and not before marriage. So I feel life is better before marriage. With that, yeah, I think that's it. I have more points, and but I don't know if I have time.
No, this is great, Sherry. We'll come back to you. Absolutely good point. So, अगर मैं summarize करूँ आपका, तो आपने कहा R and R, roles, responsibility, restrictions, which kind of tie us up. And I feel that not gender bias, but women tie themselves. We are known to do it ourselves. Like, you should get rid of ours and actually go and have fun. But great point. I do understand your thing that life is a full circle. When we are dependent on our parents, we have our independence. When we get our independence, then we have our dependence with us. So all right, so Rashmi, what do you want to add to it, what Sherry said?
Yeah, I mean, everything she said makes sense, but let's see what the after the marriage debate says. I'd like to hear that too, and then maybe we can talk about it.
Absolutely, yes. Life is green on the other side. So with that, Jaya, आप बताइए, after marriage, life is better, you are saying. So go for it.
So, first of all, hi everyone, namaste. My name is Jaya, and I'm a proud mother of three kids. One is 12, and two young one, 5 and 3. So I picked up, this topic of being after marriage, and thoda sa, I want to give some background because I got married pretty young. I was 21 is when I got married. And most of, I mean, 1 to 21, you're kind of mature. I mean, somewhere it's more of, you're growing up, right? 21, say now, I don't mind sharing my age, I'm 40. And I feel that 21 say 40 is when you really grow up. You know what you're getting into. And it's just a path of, your journey, right? That कि इस उम्र में पता चलता है कि आप क्या कर रहे हो. So that's why, I picked up more towards a marriage because that's been my experience. And to me, it is a partnership. जब आप शादी करते हो, it's more of a partnership. Absolutely, what Shariu said, it comes with a lot of things. There are a lot of things that come in your plate. But again, it's partnership. It's also, I would like to look at it three different things, right? एक तो mental being, second is your physical being, and then third is your family being. Earlier, when I was by myself, it was just all about me, me, me. But when I got married, right, it's now I've grown up, not just me, but looking after my husband and my kids. And it's something that I don't feel it as a chore. It's something that I enjoy it. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I had the kids, that phase of feeding as a mother, trying to juggle the career, it was it was too much. But now they're growing, right? And the entire process, I instead of kind of complaining, मुझे लगता है enjoy करो कि बच्चे अभी छोटे हैं फिर बड़े होंगे, right? So why not enjoy? And also agree, Shariu, you're right, the career path, right? उसमें dips हुए, काफी dips हुए, but I didn't let it go, right? I also sent, मैंने अपने आप को भी prioritize किया कि नहीं मुझे ये चीज करनी है. In fact, this is my first time doing Mrs. Bharat Elite, and I had to come back and prioritize myself. So it's just a phase of life, जहाँ पे even as a marriage, right? आपको prioritize करना पड़ता है चीजों को, as we do at work, as we do at home. Also, what I've learned is, of course, I matured up, and I have that when I go to India, right? I see kids. जब मैं छोटे बच्चों को देखती हूँ, specifically, and this is in real, I'm sharing with everyone, right? मेरे घर के पास, मेरे mom के घर के पास, there is a अनाथ ashram. So when I see those kids, right, I do have that empathy because मेरे बच्चों के पास इधर, we both work and we make, we give them a good background, a good platform. So I go there and I have that empathy. So I do end up, donating. I end up donating maybe actually 1 ghanta mera time and more financially because that's what I can do at this point. So you also mature up, develop that empathy, towards what's going on around you. And I want to close this and conclude that if in this life or even the next life, if you ask me, hey, life after marriage or before marriage, I would absolutely say that it's after marriage. So that's me. Thank you, guys.
Great, Jaya. Thank you for sharing your opinion. And we rightly said it's a balance between the two. So we have voids, other person have voids, and the two of us fill each other's voids. And that's what is the institution of marriage. Very well said. Rashmi, आप बताइए अब क्या सोचती हैं आप इधर?
मेरे सोचने से अभी रिजल्ट बाहर आ जाएगा, so but yes, both of you raised some really good points, and it is going to be hard to decide what side should I take, but let's hear Tanaya too.
All right, Tanaya, off to you. Tanaya, unmute yourself, please.
Yeah. So the best thing to hold on to in life is each other. The journey isn't perfect, but it's ours. It's a lifelong learning, not a destination. Not above you, not below you, always beside you. Hi, I'm Tanaya, and I will be talking about how life gets beautiful after marriage. So, Miss Hadayu ke point se start karti hu, as she said, like when we are young, we are having all fun and everything, and after marriage everything changes. But young हम लोग ज़्यादा दिन नहीं रहेंगे. So जब वो बहुत temporary phase होता है. So in marriage, when two people are together, as I am responsible for that person is responsible for me as well.
So it goes vice versa. It like if I am sacrificing something for his family, he is sacrificing something for my family, and which is our family. So that is marriage all about. And I am all up to like good marriage. I am not saying okay, if you are in a bad marriage you need to stick to it because it's a social norm. But I would say if you, nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. My partner is not perfect. But two imperfect people, when they come together and they can make a beautiful life, and that only marriage can give you that. And that's why I'm like fully like life is beautiful after marriage, and that's what I will be talking about today.
Thank you, Tanaya. Beautifully said that yes, they are two imperfect people coming together, finding that right balance, and loving each other unconditionally. That's what marriage is all about. So, हमने तीनों participants के Sharayu, Jaya, and Tanaya के thoughts सुने before and after marriage. And again, it's not about right or wrong. What Sharayu said is absolutely correct. कि हम जब we are free bird, right? Then we have full independence of doing what we want to do. But जब शादी हो जाती है, तो of course we are dependent, but then we have somebody to hold on to, right? Then we have beautiful memories. We are cherishing it, taking care of our own kids, and our oldest kid, who's our husband. Sorry, bad joke. but but that's it, right? That's what. And then women are known to juggle so many things, but we also are the biggest judge of ourselves. We judge ourselves, and we always are like, don't want to do this. I'm not perfect for it. We wait for that perfection phase, and I think that's when we are over stressing ourselves. Life is beautifully like you just take it, it's imperfect, and that's the way it has to be. Nothing has to be perfect. And I think हमारे बच्चे हमें ये सिखाते हैं. Like that's how I learned that life is beautiful, take it one day at a time. So with that, I'm going to ask Rashmi to just share your thoughts. We don't have to pick a contestant, but just share your thoughts on overall. What are your thoughts about just this general social topic?
Yeah, this is a perfect topic for debate. It can go both ways, before marriage as well as after. That it has its pros and cons. Before is, of course, you're a free bird. You can do whatever you want. After marriage, you get that partnerships, you get that support, you get that comfort, the loyalty, and the friendship more than anything. So, yeah, this is a perfect topic that you picked, and I just want to see how these girls progress with the next round to make a decision on who's winning.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Or it's just 3 for today?
We might have.
Are we waiting?
She's still at work. She is into nursing industry. She had a last minute emergency call, so she probably may or may not join. I don't see her yet. I'll message her offline, but yes, that's what we have currently.
Okay, so right now we have 2 against 1, so that's unfair.
Sharayu is strong. Sharayu can take another chance and talk more about before marriage.
So I just wanted to say to the point where, I mean, now that we are trying to start the actual debate, I wanted to try to say the point that Jaya mentioned about you love others. Initially, it's me, me, me. But I don't know if you guys have observed, after marriage, there's no self-love at all. You are just for others. Your life is for others, and everything that you have is it's for your family. So it's, I mean, not that I hate it. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't. I'm just trying to debate here, just trying to keep the thing straight. But so there is no self-love. For example, I was trying to look for my solo pics on my phone, and I didn't have a solo pic. It was so difficult to find a solo pic. I'm either with my husband or with my kids, but no solo pics. So there is just no self-love. I feel I don't love myself. I don't care about myself. Even for the, I mean, there is food or something very interesting, I always feel, oh no, my kids should eat first. I shouldn't eat. And so there is nothing of that sort which was there before marriage, and it's not there to after marriage. Just to try to say to the point what Jaya was saying.
So yeah, I'll add on to that as you mentioned. I think it's just again growing up, maturing, right? And it's a phase of life, right? With my first, so it's as I mentioned, I have three. With the first one, I used to be like super careful of making sure, right? I feed her and then I go off and do something else, right? With the second one, I'm like, okay, feed myself and then feed him. With the third one, I'm like, okay, I can do as much as I can, and I started giving it to my more to my husband, right? So it's just a process of maturing. Even now, I'm still learning. I'm not saying that I'm there yet. And it's also it's being about doing it everything perfectly, right? I want to do 10 things. I can't do it. I know I cannot. So what I went ahead and did is I prioritized, right? I said, I enjoy working out. So I cannot step out because I have work, I have things to do, I have so much on my plate. So let me see what works out for me. So I picked up on yoga. I did it online. So yes, I prioritize there, right? And then having friends. I would love to have many friends. I love the social life, but is this the right time? Can I do it? No. So I kind of limited that out, right? I just instead of having say 10 different friends, right now I have just two friends whom I can go to. So it's just again, prioritizing. Today, in my career too, right? I wish I was a people manager. I'm not there yet, but I have taken one step, another step, right? Which I will be, I can get there, right? So it's all about, I guess, timing, priorities, right? And uh, I can't do it all, is all I know. But I do prioritize myself wherever I can.
So adding on to
That's me.
that,
Yeah.
Jazz thought, marriage is all about accept and allow. So, no, Sarah, as you said, like you see that if you want to check, like if you have your picture in your phone, you see the picture with your husband or your kid. If you check your husband's phone, you will see the picture with you. So it's somebody, however, like how you are taking care of him, he is also taking care of you. And it's all about, I feel like your kids, talking about kids, I have a 3 years old and she's really cute and she's really, she really allows me, I would say she is not a nagging kid at all. So whatever I can do, it's for her. Like she really allows me to do all those things. So uh, with her also, with the baby also, we are their world. So if they are our world, we are their world. So it's beautiful. I feel like this thing you can't even experience if you are not married. Because motherhood, parenting, the love, the bonding, everything comes, whatever we have. So again, it won't be perfect, but it will be beautiful. It will be fun. So that's what I can add.
Uh, just to debate again points. One, what Jaya was saying, like she joined online yoga. Why did she join online yoga? Because she has kids. She has to be in house and not. I cannot like even I have joined online yoga for that matter, and because I cannot just leave my kids at home and go because I have to be here. So and to the point of what Tanya was saying, I'm not disagreeing that life is not beautiful or happy after marriage. I definitely agree that I'm very happily married. But we are just talking about life is better or not. And with that word better, I think we should just consider what is better in your life. And if you try to switch, if you say which age you want to go back, you will say, oh, maybe before marriage or when you're a child because you don't have responsibilities. That were your best memories and that was the best life that you had. I mean, not that this life is bad, but if you compare in general, I think you yourself will like your childhood life than the current life. I mean, I think everyone loves childhood. So
Good point, Sharayu.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Coming back to something that you said, Sharayu, that you don't have any solo picture. Believe me, now until 6th November and beyond, you will have plenty of solo pictures. You have taken the step in the right direction, and you have done something for yourself. So you have given a priority. We all do. We all juggle, and all of you have taken that first right step to give yourself a priority by being part of my dream family. So kudos to all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good point, Sharayu and Jaya. Very well said. Prioritizing, balancing. You have to put yourself at front sometimes. But let's say, Tanaya, you were saying something when I interrupted, so please go ahead and finish your thought.
Yeah, I was saying I would never want to go back to my childhood because I had to study a lot and I hated that. So this is the best time for me where I get to order on, do this, do that. Why didn't you do this? And I have somebody to vent to. So I will always pick this life than my childhood. My like I had to study a lot, and it was a part of it. I
Yeah.
hated.
We all loved school except the school, right? We loved school for our friends. We had a great experience. So, uh, truly, truly good points. Rashmi, you were saying something. Go ahead.
No, I was just listening at this point.
Okay.
Have something to say.
Yes,
The
please
other
go ahead,
thing,
Jaya.
yeah, the other thing, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone here does. So, I mean, coming from like Indian culture, right? Specifically, I've seen my parents, how much ever they were, they butt-headed, right? They would come back and, sit down and have that cup of tea. So to me, that's what I have seen. And I'm saying marriage is also, there are ups and downs. It's not like every day, I'm with my husband holding hands in hands and hugging him, right? That's not going to happen. We now we are at a point, right? We have our again, we have responsibilities, but I think we are mature. And what I look is also stability, right? Because every day I'm not getting up, and I'm not saying that bachelors they look for relationship outside, but it's also just for me stability is having a family oriented kind of environment, right? And I think both of us we give financial, emotional stability, and our families also get along. So all those ingredients together, right, are very critical, at least for me. uh, so yeah, I wanted to add that to this conversation.
Just adding it with Jaya's, so there is a very small difference between lonely and alone. So before marriage, maybe we love to be alone, but you never know when you can be lonely. So this is the difference. This is where marriage thrives. So that's what I feel. So that's what I wanted to tell.
Go ahead, Sharayu. Absolutely. Stage is yours.
So I had a point where Jaya was mentioning about the like how parents had like some things and then one cup of chai did everything. So I wanted to also say that life after marriage, I mean, when we are saying life after marriage and life before marriage, we are just comparing like life after marriage is be staying with your husband and life before marriage is staying with your parents. And I think mom and dad, like if you go for relationship now, everyone will agree with me that the level that mom and dad will be forgiving, your husband will never be that forgiving. Like you cannot, I mean, you will do something wrong, very miserable thing, or you'll say something very bad, very hurtful. Parents will still, oh aja beta gale lag ja. I mean, it's all nice. Husbands, I mean, they may with time, but they are other individual personality. Even they get hurt. You have to be very careful. You cannot hurt them just like you can say anything to your mom or dad. Like so, again, in that case, life is better. I mean, it's much less simplified and not very complex because with marriage, more complexities come to your life, more awkwardness. There are so many awkward relations, and you have to manage it. Even if you don't like, you have to sit quiet and not really speak it out. And all those things come. So yeah, I understand there are ups and downs, but nothing goes really wrong with mom and dad, and so life is better before marriage. That's
That yeah.
Sharayu, that was a good comment where there is unconditional love. There is only one set of people who give you unconditional love with no strings attached are your parents.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Go ahead, Jaya. You were going to say something.
No, so on this aspect of what she said, right? I completely resonate with you on that. That parents, you talk to them, you just open up your heart, and that's very true. But I think I also try to be mindful now that I think when I was young, maybe in my early 20s and 30s, right? I was a little more, I say, just जो आया मन में बोल दिया, right? वो मैं करती थी. But now they're growing older. थोड़ा I'm also being mindful what I let them जब वो रहते हैं मेरे साथ, like my mom is here, you know, with me, so I'm being mindful of her needs and also मैं क्या बोलने वाली हूँ उन्हें, right? पहले वही मुंह फट जो बोलना था बोल दिया, but अभी थोड़ा सोच के, because I feel that as they grow older, right, वो लोग भी होते जाते हैं, because I think that's just again, you know, बड़े हो रहे हैं वो, I mean they are old and they have their own emotions, right? So इसलिए थोड़ा वो भी रहता है. और फिर हस्बैंड्स का एब्सोल्युटली इट्स अ पार्टनरशिप, ऐसा नहीं कि जो भी है यू नो बोल दिया. दिव्या ने क्या बोला, हम एक हमारे बच्चे तो है, सबसे बड़ा बच्चा कौन है इधर, हमारा हस्बैंड. सो वी हैव टू बी वेरी थॉटफुल क्या बोल रहे हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं नहीं बोलती हूँ, वी टेल इट आउट, इट कम्स बैक, देयर रिपरकशंस, but again at the end of the day have a cup of tea and we are back to
Resolving, yeah.
it's all good.
Absolutely, Jaya. I think marriage is all about respecting each other's boundary, right? We once we realize those boundaries, and I know all of you will agree, we don't cross those boundaries. I'm sure we all have done it, but once we know our boundaries and limits in a good way, we try to respect each other. Good point. Tanaya, कुछ बोलना चाहेंगी आप?
हाँ, मैं यही बोलना चाहती थी, सरयू का जो पॉइंट है वो एक्चुअली बिफोर एंड आफ्टर मैरिज का नहीं है, वो है हम कितना मैच्योरली हैंडल कर रहे हैं सिचुएशन. उस वजह लाइक हमारे टीनेजर्स लोग जब मम्मी पापा के साथ बात करते हैं, जैसे बात करते हैं, when they are in their 25 or 26, they don't talk to their parents that way. The same thing happens with a partner. तो अगर जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं कि स्कूल स्वीटहार्ट, ज्यादातर ब्रेकअप हो जाता है कारण बिकॉज दे डोंट नो द बाउंड्री. बट so that's why we don't get married in our teens. So there is a legal age for the marriage. So but जब वो age आ जाए and you found somebody whom you can share your life with, then only you should get married. So it's all about good marriages. It's not about like yeah.
I mean, I'm just sorry. So I'm just going with the title of the topic: life before marriage, after marriage.
And
तो
before, which is better? Yes, absolutely.
नहीं, मतलब बहुत ही और बेटर वर्ड है, हैप्पी भी नहीं बोला है, फन भी नहीं बोला है, तो बेटर कौन
Yes.
से वही पूछा है, तो बेटर
चाय में ये तो मिटा देंगे
क्योंकि हैप्पी तो मतलब मैं भी हैप्पी हूँ, अभी भी हैप्पी हूँ.
I'm going to take Jaya's age as example and I'll say कि हमने 21 साल तक एक लाइफ जी which was before marriage, we all enjoyed, and then हमने दूसरी लाइफ जी with other side of the grass, which is after marriage, and we all have beautiful smiles on our face. So I know we enjoyed both sides of our life, and we all have grown. Like आप लोगों ने उसमें parents की भी बात करी, तो it's like out of respect, you know, पहले हम अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ जैसे रहते हैं 20s में, we after we get mature, after we have our own kids, we start ultimate respect उनका बढ़ जाता है, because now we are parent ourselves, we know what it takes to be a parent, or we know what it takes to be in a marriage. All of a sudden we have our, I don't want to call it boundaries, but we have our respectable boundaries around of each other, right? So I really love the conversation that is happening, and I like, Sharayu, how you keep bringing back to the better word. So that is the most important word in that cake. Life is beautiful overall, right? And but the better word is the decision of before or after. So Rashmi, आपको कुछ अपने points express करने?
मेरे points तो बहुत सारे हैं. I don't think it would be appropriate to bring that up because then I will be taking sides. So if there is another discussion that's coming up, let's move on to that. But I would like to point out for all the participants, stick to what you have decided, your topic. Don't switch over, whether you're married, whether you're not married, whether you're single, whether if you've decided that your topic today is life is better before, then just stick to it. Don't wishy-washy, go back to saying, because don't feel in your head that, oh, now I'm married, I should put that out there that, hey, I am happily married. But, so don't do that. Stick to your topic and then proceed so that the debate is actually, you know, it makes sense. You are actually putting out pointers that help me make a decision. But if you keep going back and forth that, hey, my life is great now, I am married, but don't do that. Or say vice versa. Just kind of stay within your topic, and then so that it's easier for me to make a decision. That's all I said.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Rashmi. Point noted. Well taken. So, Hamari contestants, this would be so we were in our second round. We kind of started in a segue without me announcing the second round, but Rashmi got it that we were already doing our second round where we pulled points from your previous conversation and we started discussing. So, I want to say, I know Sharayu, you got opportunity to start first. So, Jaya, why don't you kind of put a conclusion to your side of the story, and you may use others point of view today as an example.
Sure. So my conclusion, again, sticking to my side, that life is better after marriage. I'll stick to that. And I think I stated earlier that given a chance, not in just this, but in next life, I will have the same narrative. Because responsibilities, it's not about before or after, it's about the age, right? At some point, you have to come out of your mother's womb and grow up, right? You have to learn how to crawl, to walk, to run. So it's again, it's something that you have to mature up. And again, to me, marriage is about partnership, stability, and this sweet relationship that we share at the end of the day, even if there is an up and down, right? So that's important to me. And also, I think the last thing I want to mention is our kids, our future generation. They watch us, right? So I'm pretty sure my daughter is watching me right now, and she'll definitely learn a lot from me. So I'm setting her a good path for her. So that's why I say life after marriage is good. Thank you.
Perfect, Jaya. Thank you. Tanaya, why don't you add something now?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Uh, so I can only add like marriage is cheers to the beginning of a family and commitment, the oneness. The two become one as we move through the challenges of life, the purity. We face multiple temptations nowadays, and every minute, if you are married, if every minute to ignore those temptations will be easier. The love, the parenting. Children are the greatest blessing, and raising them together is fun. And marriage is designed to mirror the God's creation, and that's unconditional love. So life after marriage is beautiful.
Beautiful point,
Hi everyone.
Tanaya. Thank you. Hi, Prabdeep. Thank you
How
for
are you guys?
joining. Thank you for taking care of the world and then also coming back and joining the Skype session. I really appreciate your time. We have done our two rounds of discussion, Prabdeep, around the topic. Life is better before marriage or after marriage. And if I remember correctly, you are talking after marriage. Is that your side of the
Yeah, that's
story? Okay. Okay.
actually that was what was assigned to me because I was
Yeah.
kind whatever is good.
Okay.
Okay, go for
Perfect.
it.
All right. So Prabdeep, Sharayu is before marriage. That she has stated her points, and Tanaya and Jaya are going for life is beautiful after marriage. I do want to give you some time to put out your points. I know we are coming close to an hour, but why don't you take a couple of minutes, express your thoughts, and let's see if Sharayu wants to, because she is the one picking the before marriage side. So I want to give Sharayu that chance to speak, and then you can contradict. So let's just go. How about that? Is that fair, Prabdeep?
Yeah, that's good.
All right, perfect. Let's go for
Divya,
it.
I'd
So
like to
stage is yours.
add that can she be before as well, so that there's like two and two
Yeah,
against?
I can be.
Oh, perfect, Pravdeep.
Yeah.
Very
I will be
resilient.
diplomat.
Yeah. Go for it, Pravdeep. So life is better before marriage. Go for it.
Okay, so let's go for both, right? Okay, that's what we do. Even when we do patient teaching, we go for both. You should not smoke, but it depends on you. That's how it is. You should not get married, but you can. Okay. So what I say, life is beautiful when you try to make it beautiful. So if you don't work hard to make it beautiful, it's never beautiful. So no matter it's before, after, it depends on your personality, your own well-being, how you perceive life, how you take things, how your perspective is. That's how life is defined. So as today I'm for before marriage. Okay, so my marriage was done in rush. So it was kind of, I'll go a little bit over my story. Is that okay? Okay.
You don't have to do your story because we don't want to have any of your personal information out there. You can just say why you think before
Okay.
marriage is good. Yeah,
But
as just as a general
yeah, I
topic
got
to
you.
debate,
Hmm.
because yeah, we want to keep all the your personal information
Yeah,
private. We want
it's
that.
not, it's just kind of funny side I was trying to
Okay, sure.
represent.
It's
So it'll
funny.
be
It's
like kind
fine.
of no, I know. We do HIPAA law a lot. So we don't go over personal. So it was just kind of, I was just in my last year of college when I got married. And trust me, I never ever planned that I will ever get married in my 20s. Never. Never ever. Because I'm very studious person. I always love to study. That's my focus. That's my goal. So, but when I got married, I was just 24. So, no. Look, I can't even know. I don't even know my age. Look at me.
That's perfect, Pradeep. Pradeep,
Right?
can I interrupt and ask you to change your camera orientation so we can get you on the screen
This
properly?
way?
Yeah, yes, perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. So I don't
Oops.
know which way I'm going. Bad.
You're fine, Pradeep, now. It's fine.
Okay.
Just sorry. Yeah, go for it.
Actually, I'm in funny mood today. Maybe because I had this. I'm in education too, so we went to this nursing college. They were having new nurses, and I just kind of had conversation with them, and it was kind of funny, and that made me laugh. So, why before marriage? Let's go to that topic. I don't want to like beat the bush. Okay. So, because when you're before marriage, you don't have any stress. You don't have a family to feed. You don't have someone to, like, if you come home, you don't have someone waiting for you who will caution you, okay, or someone waiting for you to come home or being taken care of, like the way now we have kids and we have someone waiting for us who wants us to come home, cuddle us, like they want cuddles from us, they want like some attention from us. So life before marriage is kind of, you come home, you order your mom, I'm so tired today. Okay, give me just a little bit time and I'll just get this done and I will be back soon to you. Because they will never complain. They know that you're going through a lot. You have career to work on. You have if I was in college, they will be like, you're in college and you have a lot to do, and they will try to like help you, right? So that's how it is. But after marriage, I think it kind of changed. Even if I'm tired, I cannot say at home like this kind of, I still won't be able to say, I'm so tired, sorry, I can't cook today. Or maybe I don't want to look bad. Because that's the kind of complex which comes after marriage, which you never have before marriage. That's what I think. I know.
Great, great. No, thanks for sharing, Prabdeep, and thanks for sharing your personal touch to it and where you have been all day. And I know you have a lot going on. Uh, so thank you for sharing your thought. And we are not able to see your pretty face. I think your hand is kind of blocking it or something on the side.
Let me just see. Let me just see. I'm trying.
Yeah. So while Prabdeep is fixing her camera, I will open it up to Shreyu. You, if you want to support her, and Kanaya and Jaya, if you want to have some counter argument. Again, keeping it very light, keeping it very jovial. Let's talk about it. We can go 5 minutes over, but not beyond that. So let's kick it off.
So, will add to that. I feel the other way around. Absolutely, my mom, right? She's here with me. She waits for me. But I think I am a little. I need more. I have my kids. If I go on a trip, I come back and I see their pretty faces, and I have my husband waiting for me. So I enjoy that. It doesn't feel like, hey, I don't want to get into that space where there's nobody waiting for me. It's just my own selfishness that I would like someone to wait for me for all the right reasons. And to add to that, yes, I am tired and I still have to feed my kids. But I feel that's again responsibility with maturity, and I make it I know I would love to go overboard like my mom used to give me do sabji, egg, dal with some sweet and roti and chawal. But reality check, I can't do that. So I try to keep simple. Instead of getting frustrated, I just make simple dal and chawal. Some days it's just pasta. And I think we are gotten to that point. Yes, this is what it is. So I keep it just simple. So that's me on
That's
that side.
perfect, Jaya. Oh, thank you for
Yeah.
sharing your opinion. Appreciate it. Shreya, you want to add something in support
So
of Prabdeep's points?
yes, definitely. I thought everyone was going with a closing note, so even I had my closing notes ready. So maybe I just go over it. So first, so for the closing note, I would like to first start with the topic title. The title is very clear. Life is better before marriage or after marriage. So they are not talking about anything else, just the lifespan that you spend before marriage and after marriage. So we are just comparing those two phases, and we are not talking about like happy, fun, happy or beautiful or feelings or anything. We are just talking about better like in your case, like in your individual case, is it better or not? Okay, now coming from the title, I have my closing comments like again, it goes with a very nice example that Divya gave me. No, 3 hours, no role, no responsibility, no restriction. So I don't think anything else can be really summed up so nicely. Uh, so definitely life is better before marriage when you have endless possibilities. You can do anything and everything that you want. You are very independent. You are cheerful. You are young. You have that youth in you, and that is not with you after marriage, because it's just the age. I'm not talking here about anything else, but it's just the age that plays here, and I have the winning point. I would say, like, you have the best age before marriage than after marriage. So life is just, uh, like fun, I would say, or no responsibilities, no nothing. And and as I said, like, for that waiting point, I would like to clarify, even life before marriage, you have your parents waiting. So your mom is always waiting for you, giving you food. So I think that is also very beautiful and very happy, and it's always, and that's the reason. I mean, we cannot really compare those points about waiting, to be honest. So we can leave that aside. And once again, I'll conclude saying life is better before marriage.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shreya. All right, Tanaya, go for it.
So talking like the point you said, Sarah, you like somebody is waiting. It may be your husband or your mother. Going back to that, when we said like for career, we can choose any career path, right? That doesn't mean that you will be with your family. So like, but well, you are choosing a career where you are with your husband. So it doesn't matter. Like it's not, life is not about like you will go back to your parents' place. But when you are married, it's somewhere, it's like it has a partnership. You know this person will be beside me forever. So when you come back, that person will be waiting for you. And just to conclude it, like just think your life without your partner. Is it fun? It's not. So I can only say whatever it is, whatever responsibility, whatever bad and good, whatever things comes when we are together in a marriage, in a good marriage, life is always beautiful, way better than single.
Thank you, Tanaya. Good points, Shreya and Jaya and Tanaya. Prabdeep, I would give you the chance to conclude with whatever you have heard, and if you have any conclusion that you want to add to the points before we sum up the show.
Okay. So, okay, my first preparation was after marriage, but now I suddenly changed my topic. I'm okay. Okay. So, as everyone is like, okay, we need a partner, but do we really need a partner in our life? We have women who never want to get married. So, are we opposing them? No, right? So, it's not the partner who makes your life smooth. It's not the partner who makes you full. It's your own personality, your own inner self. If I'm full, if I feel like I'm whole personality, I'll make other person's whole personality combine with me. That can make my life better. But it's not like I need somebody else to make me full. No, because everybody is full in their own. That's what I think. That's what I teach my son too. Like, you're awesome. You're all full. You don't need anybody unless you want to have someone. So that's a choice. So, but if we say the better, better is when you have yeah, we know we even have our parents waiting for us. When we are married, we have our partner waiting for us. But the difference is our parents are not waiting for us with responsibility. Maybe it may vary for the people, like it's different for everybody. But if we go by those points, I'll say what I think is it depends on how you feel. So I feel life is better before marriage. So that's what I chose now.
Thanks, Pradeep. And
Mhm.
uh, I think all of you resonated the same thing that we are social being and we should be happy in what we choose in our life.
Whatever we
And I
choose.
think that's the most important thing
Mhm.
is being happy in what we have and enjoying every phase, whether it was before or whether it was after,
That's
and
after.
living that to
Mhm.
that expectation. And yes, after marriage we have three R&Rs, and before marriage we don't have any R&Rs. But it's growing up that helps us having that mature life, that a happy married life. So again, Rashmi, without taking any sides, you have anything to add, like just to the general point that we were just making,
Mhm.
or the topic for the day?
Yeah, I'd like to conclude by saying it doesn't matter whether you're single, whether you're married, as long as you're happy with yourself and you're happy with what you're doing at that point in life, life is good, life is better. So it doesn't have to be because you're single or because you're married.
Yeah.
Just depends on that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Good.
But
Well, very well said, Rashmi. No labels, right? We don't need
yeah,
any labels to
Mhm.
stay happy. Absolutely.
exactly.
And we all are women, strong women. We have taken our step to showcase our talents, voice our opinion. You all did it beautifully. And in conclusion, uh, I always try to end up on a fun note or a Bollywood note. Uh, but I know we are out of time. Anybody in this group is a singer?
Um,
Anybody?
we can sing happy birthday song here.
Grace, do you sing, Rashmi?
Yes,
You have a
yes.
very pretty voice. I see. Yeah, go ahead. Just give us like few lines. It will be a lot of fun.
Oh gosh, I can't think of a song. Okay. Which one? Which song? I'm trying to think. Nothing is coming to mind. Um, तेरे मेरे मिलन की ये रहना ओ तेरे मेरे मिलन की ये रहना नया कोई गुल खिलाएगी नया कोई गुल खिलाएगी तभी तो चंचल है तेरे नैना देखो ना देखो ना तेरे मेरे मिलन की ये रहना
Oh,
Wow. I
beautiful.
didn't know about this talent of yours, Rashmi. I just thought you always had a very beautiful voice. So it just, when you spoke first time today on the Zoom session, I thought maybe she sings. Thank you so much. And such an appropriate song for this topic. That was really good. It could be first night for anything, for our with our parents, with our kids, with our husband. But for so kudos to this beautiful journey. And on the before we end the call, let's thank My Dream. Maybe we can all say My Dream rocks.
My dream wrong.
I dream
All right,
wrong.
one. My Dream Rock on the count of one, two, three. My Dream
My dream
Rocks.
rocks.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I will have rest of the beautiful evening after seeing all your glowing faces. Thank you, Rashmi. Really appreciate your time. I know you're super busy. Thank you for joining, and all our lovely contestants. Beautiful discussion. I know we get to know each other more and more. Again, we'll keep it very happy. We'll keep it very friendly for all our ongoing discussions. And do watch our next upcoming debate, which are all scheduled for next week. Thank you, Tanaya. Thank you, Jaya. Thank you, Shreyu. Thank you,
Thank
Prabdeep.
you.
Love you, Resh.
Thank you. Bye,
Have a good
guys.
night. Bye.
Good night.